Welcome back to episode 3 of Road to 100, where I'm trying to break 100 on the golf course as a complete beginner. In the last 2 episodes, I wasn't chasing a score yet. They were practice, where I could learn, fail, and figure out my weaknesses. But today, everything changes. I'm in Malaysia for the first time golfing here at Permas Jaya Golf Club. New country, new course, new pressure. And this is my first real attempt to break 100. So the question's simple. Was the practice enough, or will I come up short? So right now, I'm at the golf course. Ricky's doing putting. This is my first episode where I'm gonna go for breaking 100. So I just started with some putting practice, but now it's time for tee time. All right, first hole. What'd you say? Here to beat me.
That's all my sole purposes.
Well, I'm here to get 100. We're gonna break 100. What are you here for today?
Don't underestimate the underdog.
The underdog. This guy's first time on the course.
Here for 100.
All right, so I'm excited for this video because I finally get to go on an 18-hole course to see if I can break 100. And to start out, it's 399 yards, par 4. And I don't know what's worse, the fact that I didn't get myself on camera or the shot because it went in the trees. So for my second shot, I used a 9-iron here just to get back on the fairway around 100 yards, and we managed to do it. And before I continue on, I just want to thank you guys for the support on the first 2 videos. Wasn't expecting that kind of support right off the bat. I took the wrong club with me, but I thought it would be a lot closer, but we're not going to make that same mistake again. I just got it up on the green. We got people behind, so next time I'll bring more clubs with me. Rookie mistake. Yeah, so going back to what I was saying, the first 2 video has over 1,000 views after just a week of them being uploaded, and I wasn't expecting that at all, so thank you guys so much for that. And yeah, now going back to how I'm playing. So these first 2 holes, I'm going to say straight up, they were the worst 2 holes in the whole video. And part of the reason for that was I was still getting used to setting up my camera, filming, and we also had a flight behind us. So I had to keep up pace. And if you guys have never recorded yourself playing, it's not that easy. Having to set up the camera, figure out the distance you want to shoot, and then having to keep up with the pace of play. It's not easy, but we're going to start out with a triple bogey on the first hole. And in the second hole, I used a 9-iron, which I should have just used a 53 wedge that I have. So the first 2 holes, I was even choosing the right clubs for it. And then you're going to see in this shot, the 53 wedge, I ended up getting in a bunker, and we all know how my bunker shots go. I do not practice them, so I'm going to have to take 2 shots just to get it out of the bunker. But the great thing about these 2 first holes going wrong is that you just learn from it. Everything that you do wrong on the golf course is just a learning experience. So now I know that I need to know quickly what club I want to use. And if it's like, for example, 125 yards, I know that's my 9-iron. If it's 70 yards, I'm going to go with my 53 wedge. So just knowing immediately what clubs I need to use. And yeah, right here I end up getting, wow, it's a quintuple bogey. And I'm already +8 through 2 holes. So now we're moving on to a par 5, 530 yards. And I really got to go the distance for this one. And the longest club that I use currently in this video is a 6-iron. So that's my go-to for just getting distance. But I really want to get my 3-wood in there. And my driver off the tee is still not that great because I don't really practice it. I try to just focus on, you know, what's more important, the short game. So my wedges, my pitching wedge. And as you can see here, I like to use my 6 and 9-iron. Those are my go-to irons.
In the hole! Come on!
I need that, man. I need that. So I'm on the green, and I don't know why. I always think that the greens are going to break more than they actually do. So I'm starting to realize just aim it, you know, straight, and only aim like 1 cup or 2 cups max to the left or right if I ever need to. But now we're moving on to hole number 4, which is a par 4, 383 yards. And yeah, my driver really does need some work, but we're going to punch this forward with my 6-iron. And I just want to say also thank you guys for all the tips in the previous videos. I always read all the comments and, you know, see what tips I can add to my game, which is probably all the tips. Yeah, so if you guys have any more, just leave them in the comments below. And, you know, I'd love to hear them all, even if it's even like a little tip or like about wind or something really obscure. I'll be interested in that. But yeah, over here I'm using the chip and run, which I absolutely love. That was an amazing shot. Little chip and run. About 2-footer. All right, so we're gonna get a bogey on this hole, plus 11, and also this graphic, I made it for you guys. It took me like 8 hours. I don't know why it took so long on it, but absolutely love it. And now we're on hole 5, par 3, 148 yards, going with my 6 iron, and I'm just on the fringe. We're gonna hit it with my chip and run, and I'm gonna get really close to the hole for this. So I'm gonna chance at par here, and I really want this to go in because it's gonna be my first par of the day. And we make it. So I'm still plus 11 now through 5 holes.
What a shot.
So now moving on to hole 6, par 4, starting off my 6 iron. So this hole is actually a pretty weird one. It's like an L shape that dog legs right. So I hit it short on the first shot, and then in my second shot I hit it over this little water, and then I have a little chip here, chance at birdie possibly, and just barely misses it.
Chipping practice yesterday is coming in clutch.
Yeah, so the chipping practice I'm talking about there is one where I was, just dialing in my distances, knowing how far I bring my club back to reach certain distances. So now we're plus 12 through 6 holes, and actually I'm not doing that bad. It's only the first 2 holes that I had a triple bogey and I think a quintuple bogey, but after that, so far I've just been having bogeys, double bogeys, and a par. So now moving on to hole number 7, par 5, 476 yards, and this is the only ball I lost today, which went in the water, so I just dropped it here. And to be honest, I'm not familiar with the drop rules. I just know that it should just be behind, like you shouldn't advance the ball. But yeah, for the most part, we just play it as it lies, and yeah, we don't really advance the ball if we need to. And if my ball does go on the cart path or it's in some rocks, we just move it because we're still beginners, so we're not trying to get our clubs bruised and battered just for a golf shot. So we have a chance for double bogey on this hole, but the thing about this hole is that it's kind of downhill, so you're gonna see right here I'm gonna just put so little power, but then it just rolls so much. So I'm gonna have to knock this in for a quadruple bogey, and we make it. So we move up to plus 16 through 7 holes. And just like I said, that was bad. But now moving on to hole number 8, starting off with the driver, pulled it right, or pushed it right, but somehow, some way, I don't even know how this happened, it got back into the middle of the fairway.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Now for my second shot, we're gonna go with my trusty 6 iron. However, I didn't manage to get air on this shot, but the great thing is that even if I chunk a shot or I thin it, at least it always goes straight. So as I play more, I'm not doing as many shanks as I used to, but even if I do, they always go straight. So now we're moving on to shot 5. This is for bogey. This is a long one. And I just barely missed it. So gonna have to take a double bogey here. And now we're at plus 18 through 8 holes. And we just got one more hole to finish up the front 9. So now hole number 9, par 4, 295 yards. And no surprise here, I shanked it, but like I said earlier, at least when I do, it always goes straight. Now going with my 6 iron, I ended up pushing this too much right, and it goes in the trees, and we actually end up down a slope. So I take my 53 wedge, knock it out of here.
Oh, gotcha.
And so far at this point, I was playing, up to my standard that I would like to play at, because I've actually played on course before. And out of the few times I played, my record was 115. So if I got anything below 115 this day, I'd be happy as well. But right here, we get a double bogey, and we're plus 20 through 9 holes.
So done with the first 9 holes. I got 55. So I just need to hit 45 on the back 9 to get 100. I'm also on pace for 110. So now we're just taking a little break, and we'll finish after that.
Yeah, so like I said just now, I'm at 56, and to get 44 would be tough. I would have to get bogey on each hole, and I believe 1 par. So that would be pretty tough. But if I got anything below 110, I would be happy. At least I know I'm making progress. So if this hole is looking a little bit familiar, it's actually because this course is not a full 18-hole course. It's actually a 9-hole course times 2. However, it is par 36. So 2 rounds of 9 holes would be par 72. So at least after playing this, I can take my score and see what I rank. But yeah, the great thing about that is since I'm still a beginner, at least now I have a chance to go over the holes again, and I know how long they are, how they're played, so I know what to expect. But I don't know what it is about this hole because I played badly the first time I played on it, and then right now I'm getting a quadruple bogey. So that's going to be plus 24 through 10 holes. So now we're moving on to hole number 11, and this is going to be a par 3, 148 yards. And if you guys have made it this far throughout the video, I just want to say I really appreciate you for watching my videos. You know, it's crazy to think that I can record my videos, edit them, post them online, and there's going to be people from all over the world watching it, like in the UK, United States. And yeah, I really don't take that for granted. I really appreciate it. And you know, it's been fun as well, having to learn how to add these shot tracers. So maybe this might be interesting. I actually manually add all the shot tracers myself. I don't use another program. The program that I'm using to edit is DaVinci Resolve, and I add each shot tracer by myself. And as much as it's been fun, it's also been a lot of hours, but I'm really enjoying it. It's even this graphic, it took so long to make, but I'm really happy with the result. And I'm excited to make even better videos for you guys, even better graphics if I need to. And my whole goal is to just have fun, you know, trying to break 100 and eventually break 95, 90, 85, 80, and honestly just get as low as I possibly can. So I really have big dreams for this channel, but we're just going to take it one step at a time and first try and break this 100. So right now we're on hole 12, 9 iron here. Got to get over some water. So it's not exactly clear from this angle, but there was a little bit of water in between. So I just had to make sure to get it over that. So now we're going to go with my 53 wedge, a little chip and run. And as you can see, the ball doesn't break that much. I don't know, whenever I watch like the Masters or highlights of, you know, those long putts by Tiger Woods, the ball is always breaking so much. So whenever I'm putting, I'm expecting it to break a lot. But right now we're at plus 28. And the goal is to get plus 28, so technically I would have to get 6 pars here, which is not looking too good, but we're going to give it my best shot till the very end. And I think that's the great thing about golf, you know, anything can happen, and probably just sports in general. And you know what they say, the bigger the setback, the greater the comeback. But yeah, if you guys have any like countries you recommend or specific golf courses you recommend to play at, I would love to hear them in the comments below. You know, I actually had a chance to play in New Zealand one time, and it was beautiful. The golf course that I was at, it was by the seaside, on the cliffs, and it was just absolutely beautiful. But back then, I didn't really know how to play golf, so I didn't really appreciate it as much as I would now if I played there. So if you guys have any recommendations, I would love to hear them. And it's kind of crazy, you know, that you can go to any country and play golf there. So I recently had my first, I guess you can say, golfing trip where I went to Bangkok and I played at 2 different golf courses, and it was really nice, you know, playing with friends, playing at a new course in a new country, and also the people you meet. You know, everyone's friendly, everyone wants you to play well. But look at that chip, that almost went in, and I almost had my first birdie, but we settled for par. So now I am still plus 30 through 14 holes. We got 4 more holes left. But yeah, if you guys have any recommendations, I will look at it. I will search it on Google Maps. I heard that somewhere in Turkey, there's like this beach, and along this beach, there's like 10 different golf courses. But even if I had the chance to go there right now, I probably wouldn't, because I would definitely want my, you know, my golf game to be better. So sidetrack a little bit, Ricky's buggy got stuck in the mud. It actually had rained the morning of this day, so there was a little bit of mud everywhere. And I actually didn't realize, you know, I live in Asia, so we kind of have it good that we're able to play golf all year round. But going back to my game, you know, this shot was for birdie and just lips out. I can't believe I didn't make that shot. That would have been my first birdie ever.
Are you kidding me?
Bro, look how close it was. Look at that. But unfortunately, we had to settle for par here, but that's okay. Now I'm plus 30 through 15 holes. We just got 3 more holes left, and then we're done. So when I release this video, it's going to be episode 3, and I actually have episode 4 already filmed, and I'm actually really excited to post that one because I play so much better. But I'm trying not to get ahead of myself. I'm just trying to focus on one episode at a time and getting this one out there. So now we're on hole 16. It's this par 5. And it's kind of interesting because this one goes a little bit uphill, as you can see right here, which was kind of the first time I'm playing on a hole like this. But yeah, like I was saying, I'm trying to get a video out once per week. I'm trying to get them out on Fridays. So hopefully I can keep to that schedule. All right, there's the hole. Got it right here on the fringe.
I think this is for bogey if I'm not wrong, or par.
Because currently right now, I'm actually a full-time student in university. I'm studying computer science, and right now we're on holidays, so I'm going to start back in January, so I might not have as much time to golf, but you know, there's always time for golf. And I saw on Instagram there's this person who tracks all the top YouTubers and their scores, and there's like a leaderboard of 100 of them. And I saw that, and like I really want to get on that leaderboard, and I'm going to put a little screenshot of it right here. Like, it was really cool to be on. Like, I'm not good at all, but I think to be a part of, you know, YouTubers and golfers and seeing my name on that leaderboard would be so fun to do. So I actually DM'd the guy, and he told me that I need to get around 15 to 20 videos on YouTube for them to, I guess, see the scores and put me on the leaderboard. However, I'm not too sure if they need 18 holes because my first 2 episodes were only 9 holes. But regardless, I'm going to try to get 14 more videos up with 18 holes so I can be put on that leaderboard. And, you know, I think it'd be a pretty fun thing to try and achieve. And not to mention, you know, I'm trying to look out for golf tournaments in my area because I think it'd be absolutely a fun thing to join. You know, I'm not good at all. I'm not expecting to win or anything. All right, so I got 102, 8 to hit 110. So like I said, I just love competitions. So every time I play with my friends when we go on course, you know, we're always competing. So this was a pretty weird shot because I was at the bottom of this hill and I needed to punch it back in. And it was actually one of my favorite shots of the day because it was just so smooth. It felt like butter, and I got it back on the fairway. And for my next shot, I ended up thinning it, but fortunately it just went straight towards the green, almost hit the green, but I had to do a little chip here with my 53 wedge. And I'm so happy that now I can actually chip because it was non-existent beforehand. I always thinned everything. So I have a chance here for bogey. Just missed it. And final shot of the day, double bogey, plus 36. So my total score was 108. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.